Hello, on this episode of Learning to Code, I'm going to be setting up a Rails 5 app on Cloud9 using PostgreSQL database. Right now I'm in Cloud9, I just set up a workspace. I used a blank workspace, so we don't even have Rails installed yet. So if I do like a Rails-V, you'll see the command's not found. So let's go ahead and, let's do a gem install Rails to install the latest Rails version. This might take a little bit, so if it does, I'll just go ahead and fast forward for you. Okay, now that we have Rails installed, in fact we have Rails 5.1.2, which is the latest version as of this video, we're going to go ahead and create a new app. Now, Rails comes on Postgres, and I think Rails in general comes with SQLite as its default database. So let's just do a Rails new, we'll just call it test app. And we're going to give it we're going to do the database as PostgreSQL using the -d there, -d PostgreSQL. We're going to set this up. Again, this is going to take a little bit, so I'll go ahead and pause or fast forward the video for you so you don't have to watch all the downloading. Great, now that that new app is installed, let's go ahead and change directory into that app. CD test app, and let's go ahead and just show that this will not work as is. For example, if we set up a model, let's go ahead and just do a Rails generate model. We'll just call it a post model. We'll give that post model a title and a body. Call that body text here, and we'll just set up a simple model here just for an example. Getting some Ruby warnings there, but that's just because we're not on the latest version of Ruby. We can change that later. Okay, so we've gone and created our model here. We can look at that. If we go into our file directory here, to our database, migrations, and we've created the model here. So let's go ahead and do a Rails DB migrate. We should get a warning message here. We do. We get some errors. And we'll scroll all the way to the top so we can look at this here. It said connection bad, cannot connect to server, connection refused. It's a server running locally and accepting connections on Unix domain socket. So what we need to do here is go ahead and do or set up the PostgreSQL server. That's really what we're doing. So we're just going to do sudo service PostgreSQL start. So this will go ahead and start the Postgres database server. Okay, now that the server's running, let's try that again. Rails DB migrate. Now this should also give us another warning. We're just going to test it out. Yeah, we did get an error here. So let's get up to the top here so you can see what that error is. Active record, no database error, fatal database, test app development does not exist. So it looks like if we go into our config file here, and go into our database.yaml, we're going to have all of our database set up. And what it's looking for is this development database here, which is test app development. So we haven't created that yet. So let's go do that now. And it's really easy now. Cloud9 is actually, it used to be a little bit more difficult and they changed some things. So now we have to just do PSQL -c. And what this -c is, it's just letting us know, or Postgres know that we want to run a single command and then exit. So we're going to put inside the command here. I'm going to go ahead and create database. What do we call this? My test app, I think. What do we here? Let's open that up just in case. Test app development. So we want to do the test app development here. And I don't want to do that. I want to go in here. test app development. And then I want to set the owner, because I'm using Cloud9 here, we're going to set the owner to Ubuntu. So let's go ahead and run that. Awesome, so that's created the database. Now we should be able to go ahead and Rails DB migrate. Oh, excuse me, we're not going to be able to do that yet. And in fact, you know what, let's run it. See what kind of messages we get. And it actually did set it up. So it looks like everything worked. And we didn't actually have to give a username or anything. So that's interesting. It was already setting up the database name to test app development was fine. I thought we'd have to put a username in there, something like username is Ubuntu. But it looks like maybe that's done automatically. Maybe we don't need to do that for the Cloud9 service. So looks like everything worked all right. We can look over at our schema and see everything's been added there. And of course, if you need to in your gem file, make sure that the Postgres gem is in there and do the bundle for that. Well, it looks like everything works. So thanks for learning with me. And until next time, what are you waiting for? Go code.